Welcome to the Old World Fanatics, your Warhammer fantasy podcast to quench your hobby thirst for all things the old world. I'm one of your hosts, Gummo, as usual. I'm back with Andrew and Josh and very special guest.
Special guest.
Graham from Australia, ranked second in the Masters, mate. How you going?
Yeah, pretty good. Doing all right, thanks, guys. How are you guys? All right?
Oh, better now that you're here. We're rushing for a topic this week, and you saved our butts.
I was like, getting one, reminisce about some games in the past, but also keen to hear how you did this weekend and that kind of thing. And then it felt very comical because Gommo is currently trying to learn how to play as Beastmen. I feel like I need some advice. This is dovetailing well into entirely self-serving podcast material.
Totally. That's what we do here. Yeah.
He's not too shabby with his old Beastman, but I don't think he needs too many more tips.
There's a lot of strength in the army. There's definitely a lot of strength.
Like Andrew's getting a bit worried.
Yeah, I know. I'll be like,
He's only got Seaguard to play with.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, yeah, they're going to
I think Andrew's got enough lists that could destroy mine. I mean, yeah, we might get into that. I think some of the Patreon questions are alluding to some of the meta out there at the moment, so maybe we'll chat about that as well. So welcome to episode 119, everyone. Like we just said, Trav's on. He just won a local tournament up in Queensland, I believe. It was in Warner, was it? Somewhere? It was a four game, 1,500 points, was it?
Yeah. So the guys at the Northern Alliance ran a tournament, Echoes of War, it was called. Mikkel and his usual club boys there ran it, and it was excellent. It was a really good day. There was 28 players, a fairly huge range of different lists. A lot of what I would describe as gentlemanly lists. There was probably only a half a dozen like power armies that were there, or ones that were a cut above the others. But most of them, looking through them, you're just like, oh, that looks like an old school Warhammer army. That actually looks fun.
Man, I'm interested to hear about this then too, because that's one of my questions. We'll get into really about like how does the 4 games 1,500 feel on a day? So. No, that's really cool. Actually, before we get into it, though, I will thank our patrons quickly, and a bunch of them are on the chat with us tonight. I think usually Trav's on the chat sometimes, but I won't mispronounce Mark Langley's name this time, like I just did on my recent battle report and called him an Australian Prime Minister's name. I'm so stupid. So at the usual, great Mark Langley's on the chat there, and Bobby Gherkin. So thank you guys. John's here as well. So throw your questions for Trav or Beastman in general, or any of us on the chat if you want. Like, subscribe, please, and like the stream as it's going too, because it definitely helps get our reach out a little bit. But we're going to cover Trav's games, bit of Beastman, and then the usual hobby news sort of stuff, I think, and anything else you got. Plus, Patreon questions and shout-outs at halftime, as usual.
Yeah, we got some questions. We got 3 left over from last week, by the way. That didn't quite hit. We hit the 2-hour mark, and then we're kind of like got to finish up. So I got a little bit of backlog, and then a few more this week. Bumper crop.
Nice, cool, awesome. Do you guys believe it's bloody? What is it? 17th of November. Like it's only Christmas.
Crazy. It's like 6 weeks till Christmas.
Yeah.
It's amazing, because I think we wanted to try to wrangle some of the other Aussie podcasts for another Aussie.
Oh, do you want to do like another and like a Christmas special?
Yeah.
You know what the fuck? This would be our 3rd Christmas special.
Well, it'd be rude not to.
Which is insane. I can't believe it. We're like, what do we do for our 3rd one, guys?
We're just going to be here till we're like 80.
Way too long.
I want to do this until no one's like the viewership's at 0. It's just us.
Just talking to yourself.
Until one of us actually dies of old
plugged in, just like the microphone.
We're all got dementia.
Anyway, I don't know if I've forgotten any of the other logistics, but I'm pretty keen to sort of kick in and hear from Trav about all this stuff. Josh, I think you had in the notes, maybe just get a bit of a background first. People, international listeners and stuff.
Tell, just briefly how you got into Warhammer, how long you were out of it before you came back. What age you were.
Okay. I started playing
Warhammer all this time.
Yeah, I started playing Warhammer back when I was a teenager, like 25, 26 years ago. My first ever just collected the models and stuff. I grew up on a farm out in the middle of nowhere, so we didn't have many people out there that played it. So I just collected the models and read White Dwarf magazines and dreamt of playing games. And it wasn't until I moved out of home at 17 and I moved up to the Sunshine Coast. And I came to a little nerdy Warhammer store at the Sunshine Plaza there. And they had a big corkboard on the back of the store that was, looking for players and whatnot. And I picked up a phone number off of there and I was like, I'll give this guy a call and, organise a game. That ended up being Bobo, the infamous Alex in Wild. He was my first ever opponent of Warhammer ever, and we've basically been best mates since. So I played all the way through 6th ed, 7th ed, 8th ed. Played in a lot of tournaments with 6th, 7th, and 8th. I've then moved up to the Northern Territory at the end of 8th edition and spent a lot of time up there and then over in Perth. So there was a while where I didn't play a lot. But then I got into 9th age when I moved back over to Brisbane. Same group of people. Yeah, right. Played a lot of 9th age with those guys. And then as soon as the old world jumped out, I was like, well, this is me. I'm back into the old games.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you never left the square bases. You were pretty much...
Yeah, I played
the old
one game of 40K with an old workmate, and I went, this is not for me. I played 2 games of Age of Sigmar when it very first came out, like edition 1. I was like, this is not for me either. Anything square, I'm all about it though. And Old World is just getting better and better with every FAQ, every update, every journal bar one, but we won't talk about them. The game's great. I love it.
Yeah. I also think just looking around the world, I don't know, like Australia's so lucky. I just feel like we don't get pushed as much into the craziness sometimes. I've just seen some weekend results and I'm like, oh, that's going to hurt. Whereas it doesn't happen over here as much. I don't know what it is, but I think, maybe it's just
I don't really follow the international scene. So I only kind of just play my local meta.
Yeah, Bobby,
the comments
I got to... Yeah, I got to say for Bobby, Darwin is awesome. I love Darwin.
Rip it into the NT. Andrew, did you play Trav up in? Didn't you go to the Northern Territory about that same time?
Yeah, but I was in Catherine. I was in the middle of nowhere. I was really.
Yeah. He was about 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Darwin's great. It was a good time, just not for toy soldiering.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's all good.
But yeah, so since Old World's been back and kicking, I've been bouncing around a couple of different armies. And I'm back on the Beasts for the last one. I've challenged myself since the Masters that I'm going to play a different faction at every event that I play in. So, so far I've ticked off the Britannians, as Josh knows.
Yes. Don't remind me.
I played the Dark Elves 3 weeks ago at Starkey's birthday bash. And now I've given the Warherd a bit of a crack.
That's awesome, and that's hence why you're shopping on My Mini Factory, I guess, for whatever.
Pretty much.
What's happening?
Pretty much.
Telling pre-show.
Seeing what else I can fiddle around with.
Would there be one faction you particularly prefer, or are you just happy to adopt your game and prefer?
Dark Elves are by far my favorite army to play. I don't find them overpowered in any field. They're not. There's a lot of tricks that you can do with all of the different units, and I like the fact that they're not a top meta army because they make me and my opponents think in different ways. I think the Dark Elves are my favorite army to play.
Is this in the Old World specifically, or like going back to 9th Age and stuff? Were you like a Dark Elf player, or would you just go whatever faction?
No, in 9th Age, I jumped around a bunch of different armies. In 8th and 7th and 6th, I pretty much played ogres, wood elves, and demons.
Man, you're just all over the place.
Yeah.
Have you got all these armies, or like?
Yeah, it's a dumb collection I've got. it's
Yeah.
So what's the, before we could jump into the actual specifics of the last tournament, like what with the Masters stuff here, like for this season, like what's the primary goal for that? It's just for the challenge of it more than anything, or?
Oh yeah, look, I was pretty keen to make the Masters for the first time last year. Like I wanted to be at the first Old World Masters, so I pushed pretty hard with the Bretonians to get into that. And I got pretty handy with the Bretonians at the end. And then I kind of realized that none of my opponents were having much fun playing against them. So I kind of took my foot off the gas and went, look, I don't really mind if I make the Masters or not. I've made it once. I'm pretty happy. I wanted to challenge myself as a player, but also make sure that the two-player element of the game is being respected. And that if someone was willing to give me... Yeah, if someone's willing to give me 3 hours of their time, I don't want it to be just getting their ass handed to them by an army that is really, really strong.
Yeah.
So
how are you going to deal with that? How are you going to deal with that when your weekend comes around and it's time to play Cathay? Like you just like when you've changed every army.
I won't use Cathay. There's no way I would ever use that army. And if I'm playing against it, I'm 50-50 against Cathay at the moment. I've had a win, I've had a loss. So, I'll take it.
Just for the listeners out there, Trav's very humble here. He's just sitting at a nice second on our current season, even though he's played every army so far, like different ones. So, very good. So I can't remember where you ended up last year, but it must have been up there as well, was it? I can't remember what the final.
I think it was 11th at the end of the year. Yeah, I didn't do too badly. But I'm definitely doing better this year so far.
Cool, awesome. Okay, well, I don't know. Do you want to get into this one, which we sort of alluded to a little bit, was the 4-game 1500s, and then obviously, briefly run through your lists and stuff.
Yeah, cool. So as we said, 1500. There was a significant weighting on objectives for this tournament. So every game had 2 different objectives, be it baggage train or domination or strategic objectives. So I wanted to play something that could contest objectives with a level of reliability. And I was looking through my cupboard and I thought, I haven't played the Beasts in over a year and a half, so let's give them a whirl. So I whipped them out and I put together a list that I thought was pretty good. I didn't realize just how strong it was, even though 2 of my regular opponents were like, this is stronger than you see. It wasn't until it actually hit the table, because I only had 1 practice game with it before the event. It wasn't until I hit the table and I started really making things move in concert that I was like, oh, yeah, I've done a bad thing here.
I can bring it up if you want to. Want me to bring it up and you can walk through it?
Was there any comp?
Yeah, I'll walk you through it. Sorry, what was that, Josh?
Was there any comp in the tournament?
There was some minor comp. I can't even remember what it was because it fits in it. I think it was you couldn't duplicate rares. I think there was limits on magic. You could only have 1 level 3, up to 1 level 3, and as many level 1s or 2s as you want.
Yeah. And it's 1,500 points, so it's automatically limited a few things potentially, hasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So walking down from the top of the list there, I've got 3 little baby shamans. The top one is a level 2 demonology with a power scroll and lore familiar. Every game I took the same spells with him. I always took the summoning and Steed of Shadows. Steed of Shadows is a brilliant utility spell for this army. It's the key to getting things into and out of trouble. That model was actually significantly key in just about every game. The 2 level 1s, one with the power scroll and one with the jagged dagger. So the jagged dagger is I can stab a dude in his unit and I gain a plus to his casting of whatever wounds that model has. Ooh. So he usually bunkered down in either Ungor or in the Primal Warherd and just shanked him when I felt I needed to push up.
Is summoning 10?
And they're
summoning's on a 9 now. It got reduced. Yeah. It's on a 9. So basically in all games, I got 2 Vile Tides, 2 summonings, and then Steed of Shadows, and 2 random spells from Elementalism.
Yeah.
Which it worked out pretty well. The extra spells from Elementalism weren't super key, but they were just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if you could do 2 lore for me, it'd be bloody awesome. Like with the Elementalism, you probably pick the ones
absolutely. It'd be great. If you could lock down Plague of Rust, this army just goes absolutely off the hook. Or if you could lock down Wind Blast, because obviously you can see the Hag Tree Fetish there. The Hag Tree Fetish allows the level 3 to reroll failed to wounds on magic missiles. So it amplifies Vile Tide and Wind Blast if you manage to get both of those to no ends, which is great. The third item that I've taken there, the Chalice of Dark Rain, is a little bit of a niche one.
Andrew loves that one.
It's great. It is so good. So it's a 50-point item that's 1 use. You use it in your command phase, and until your next start of turn phase, all opponent war machines are turned off, and all of them missile weapons have their range halved. It's excellent. It is so good at keeping, because all of the spells are at short range. So it allows you that turn that you can just swiftly move up, get into position, and stay relatively safe from missile damage so that you can load up on the next lot. It's a very, very useful item. Moving further down, we had 8 Gore just with shields. These guys basically babysat my Herdstone just to make sure that I maintained control of it. They were also there as an emergency chaff blocker if I need it. Because if I can cast Steed of Shadows on them and then plonk them in front of a big scary unit of Mournfang, I can redirect way over wherever I want to, set up flank charges. It was actually a really good little unit for its points. Yeah. Really handy.
How big's your Herdstone? I mean, I probably could have waited to the end to ask you that because it's at the bottom of the list. But
so I've got one of those old school Games Workshop movement trays that it's 4x4 of the 25 mil bases. And what I've done is I've used 25 by 50 mil cav bases to make a cross in the middle of the base so that the Herdstone goes up. And I put each of my shamans in the corner piece. So it looks like they're all dancing around the Herdstone.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah, mine it's 100 mil by 100 mil.
Okay. Yeah.
I didn't go egregiously big or too small or anything. And again, that was an accidental buff with the 8 Gore because they could kind of fly behind it perfectly and then just sidestep to keep in or out of visibility, which was good. I really enjoyed that. Then I had the obligatory Primal War Herd, the 10 Gore, 10 Ungore. You have to have that unit. That's the minimum size you could take. So I took it. Yep. I gave them ambushes just as options. 2 individual Razor Gore herds. Those guys are pound for pound gold. 2 units of 14 Ungores with short bows and ambushes. Hugely mobile. Just so mobile. 4 Dragon Ogres with heavy armor and great weapons. These guys are beefy as. I love them. They were great. They're so good. A unit of 4 at 1,500 points is just...
Yeah, that's what I saw when I saw your list. It's good.
It was originally 5, but I dropped the 5th one to get the 7 Harpies.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, because we've been talking about this, like putting them in my list. Yeah.
The Harpies have got a lot of utility as well in that they can just fly up and take out baggage trains. They can they plonk themselves alongside monsters and kind of railroad where movement can go. They just get in the way and be annoying little skirmisher shitbags. Like they're Swift Stride with movement 10. So if something doesn't want to get charged by the Dragon Ogres and flees, you can use your combo charge with the Harpies to chase things down.
Catch them. Yep.
Really, really good tech piece. And then the biggest tech piece in the army is the Herdstone. Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. You're paying 100 points to get 200 victory points if you control it at the end of the game.
Yeah.
And that's
you can't get that 100 at all.
No,
either.
they can't. They can't get it. They either get 200 points or they get negative 200 points. There's no mid ground. But if you're within 12 inches of it, all of your Beast Herd armies gain reroll 1s to wound, which means the great weapons on those Dragon Ogres are super reliable. You get the +1 to cast, and your enemy wizards within 12 inches are -1 to cast. The unit controlling it is MR1. Like there's just so many stacking things that if you keep your mind on what you want to achieve with it, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's really, really handy.
Yeah.
I'm assuming Entropy's now it's blocked you, sorry. Entropy's probably I don't think Trav was alluding to not declaring charges all at once. I think you were just saying like you just having the harpies there and the dragon ogres, people can't flee from them then because
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You're gonna go in, you're gonna declare both of them, and then they go, oh fuck
exactly.
now. Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, that's the list. It doesn't look like much on paper except when you see the 4 dragon ogres and the 4 casters.
Yeah, I'm quite impressive actually for 1,500 points because if I wasn't looking at the numbers, I'd still think it's pretty close to a
seems like a lot.
Normal 2,000 point list because you get a lot of little units. I mean, none of them can stand up in combat except for the dragon ogres potentially, but that's what that's not what you do.
But the other thing is like as an opponent, where do you get points out of it?
Yeah.
Where do you try and poke it to get points?
Yeah.
The wizards are worth nothing. The units are worth nothing. You can't get the Herdstone. The only 2 points are the Dragon Ogres and the Great Bray Shaman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's I don't know if you want to answer this or not. I just want to talk through it in the game, but I feel like my experience has been, especially that Dragon Ogre unit and the short range of your master missiles, is you can sort of use them as a little bit of a bait as well, because people have to come after them because they are 260 something points.
Exactly.
So I don't know if that comes up in your games or not, but I wonder if do you find that or?
Look, they're one of the things that your opponent has to deal with because I could just move forward 7 or 14 inches and get into position, and like they're always going to be a problem. The only time that they're not a problem is if there's either like killing blow scares them, and cannons scare them. But the downside to Dragon Ogres is that because they're immune to psych, they can't flee. So using them as bait can be tricky depending on what you're trying to bait or what tools your opponent's got. But that's where that little flying gore herd unit comes in handy, is you just block whatever you want to charge, redirect it so it's off at a weird angle, and then in go the Dragon Ogres. It is very good at being used as a bait unit, but you got to be careful because it can't flee. So if you bait the wrong thing, it can go tits up real quick.
There's just we've got a lot of wounds too, but like it's just
for what?
Very
stance.
But for the amount of points
with the 3-up save and that, it's just like like I mean, it happened in my game. Yeah, they died the other day against the dragon and stuff. But like it's amazing what they lasted 2 turns, like in combat, because they just like you do all this stuff and you kill one. Yeah, what the fuck?
No,
that's why I rate the 4, because it just feels like I think you'll lose 1 generally at some point, but then you got 3 in there and they're still doing 6 stomps, and
So one of the rules that I always played by when I was learning 9th Age is with anything combat related, you pick a unit size that's 1 more than you need to have in combat. So that way you'll lose 1 on the way in and it's still fine. If you only take 3 Dragon Ogres and you lose 1, 2 Dragon Ogres doesn't really stand up to much. But if you got 4 and 3 made across, then 3 will. That's just my backup.
Really good philosophy. Yeah, I like that. I like that actually.
Seems to work.
Well, you're not the only one, because I mean, I do obviously the old world rankings stuff every week, and like look at the list come through, and I'm seeing a lot more 4 Dragon Ogres. Like early in the edition, it was all about individual ones, and then it was like units of 3, and now it's like I think it's probably Wild Herds pushed that a bit because you can only take 1 unit, so it's like, hey, well, put them on the 1 unit, and you just said you tried 5. Probably a bit hard to move around the board, but it was a bit unwieldy. Cool.
That was the other key thing about this tournament that I didn't realize until we got there is that the boards were smaller as well. They were on 5 foot by 3.5, I think. So they was slightly.
Did the missions
smaller.
stay the same though, or was it less
The
deployment?
missions stayed the same.
Yeah, okay.
The deployment zones all stayed the same. It's just that the space between the armies was a bit closer.
So you're still measuring the edge of the board with your deployment zone.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
That really does help an army like this, probably.
Yeah.
Well, it helped a lot of armies. It helped a lot of armies because it means that your missile ranges are always going to be in, but you've also got to think about those turn 1 charges. Which was sneaky. So that was one thing that I think caught people out a lot, myself included.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you want to just skim through the games? Because obviously you didn't have any pictures, I don't think, but we can.
Yeah, I didn't take any pictures. I was there being social. Unfortunately, I didn't expect to
know
win.
you were coming on a pod.
I didn't.
That's our next minute you're on a podcast.
Yeah, cool. So my first game was against another local, James Frostinus. I'd never met him before. He's a really nice guy who was using a orc-based dwarf army. So all of his, they were all orc models dressed up as dwarves. So he had a dwarf running around on some goblins carrying him on shield bearers, and it actually
was
looked
modeled or 3D printed. Or how do you even do that?
It was all modeled, just
green stuff.
It was so
good. This.
Yeah, it was really good.
Literally just hand converted.
Yeah, as far as I know, he did. His army was one of those gentleman lists that I alluded to before.
That you've gone in and smashed all day. Yep.
He did, unfortunately.
Broke all his toys.
He had very few magic items or runes or standards across his army. I think he had 1 magic standard, and it was Stroller's standard. But he had a Thane on a shield, a Thane on an Oathstone, an Anvil of Doom, an Engineer, 16 Thunderers, 10 Longbeards. He had 10 Rangers, 3 Gyrocopters with just the Brimstone guns, not the Clatter guns. Yeah. 2
but
cannons.
They were in a unit by the look of them too.
They were in a unit. Yeah, 1 unit of 3. 2 cannons and then a cart. So it's not a bad list by any means, but it's certainly not super pointy.
It's a nice list.
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. The way that James played was he put his Anvil of Doom out on one flank and put the Thunderers in front of it to kind of protect it. And then he put his Longbeards in the center with the cannons offset to that, and then the Rangers and Gyros out on the right flank. So he kind of had a fast-moving flank, a center that would wander up, and an anchored left flank.
Yeah.
But what that meant is outside of the range of the Anvil of Doom, there was no magic defense. Yeah. And that's where the Rangers and the Gyrocopters were.
Yeah.
So I basically put my level 3 and one of my level 1s over on that side, knowing that he was going to come up with the Gyros at some point, and I'd just blast him.
Yeah.
Which that ended up happening in turn 2. He moved up. I baited him with some Harpies or something, an Ungor unit or something small, and then just went, welcome to Viletide country, and lifted the unit in one volley, which sucked for him.
Yeah.
I played a really tricky little move in the center as well. So where he positioned his Rangers was in a forest in a blob, and I combo charged with a Razor Gore coming in from the center on a 45-degree angle, and then Dragon Ogres coming straight at it.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I did that is when the pig hits first, the Rangers have to line up against it, which allowed the Dragon Ogres to get into their flank. When I won that combat, because that's what Dragon Ogres do, I was able to overrun into the flank of the Longbeards with all 3 of his characters. And basically lifted them without any issue. So the cannons, which were the big threat, didn't get any shots off because I was just in combat right from the outset. Harpies and the other pig kind of went around the back and got to the cannons and killed the cart. So I think by end of turn 2, all that was left on, start of turn 3, all that was left on the board was his Anvil of Doom and a half a dozen Longbeards.
God.
Yeah. Yeah, the Dragon Ogres had a good morning.
Yeah.
So unfortunately for James, that ended up being a fairly significant 20-0. I think I ended up with over 3,000 battle points out of that game because it was domination. Domination of the train.
Yeah.
So, got the general, got the BSB, got 2 banners, got all 4 quarters, got the
Herdstone.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have gotten a bigger win unless there was more banners in his army.
Yeah.
So it was a rough start for poor James. Game 2, I was playing against Justin Lee, another fellow Queenslander. He's a fairly prolific Warriors player. He played Warriors of Chaos most of last year and did quite well with them. He made it to the Masters as well. He was playing an army that's a little bit unusual, specifically for Warriors of Chaos. It was pretty much all infantry. He had a Demon Prince, which I've never seen before. It was Nurgle. Yeah, right?
That's cool.
It was very cool. It was Mark and Nurgle. It had the Demonic Plate Mail, Diabolic Splendor. So I think that does damage if you hurt it or something.
Yeah.
He had a level 2 wizard with the Lore Familiar of Battle Magic, going for some Arcane Urgency, Hammerhand or Fireball action. And then he had a BSB on foot with the Headsman Axe and the Enchanting Aura. Now, those 2 dudes bunkered down in a big unit of 20 warriors. Then there was 5 hounds, 10 Forsaken, and a giant spawn of Nurgle. So it was all infantry.
Yeah.
And this mission was a special feature. So in the middle of the board, there was a special feature that was impassable. And then I could use my Herdstone to operate as another impassable block to really limit the movement that those infantry could get around. Yeah. Even if he did manage to get off Arcane Urgency, he was somewhat blocked by a lot of the terrain. His giant
split his army as such.
He did. He put all of his infantry on one side of the impassable, and then the Demon Prince and the Giant Spawn on the other side, and tried to sweep around.
Yeah.
And I kind of just went very central with everything, with my Dragon Ogres facing off against the Giant Spawn, with the intent of using the terrain to kind of move around and just little firing lines to zap stuff and then duck away, and zap stuff and duck away. His Giant Spawn made a huge, 16 or 17 inch charge in the first turn, and managed to catch one of my Razor Gore that I put at 17 inches. And I was like, oh no, this is a problem. Obviously, the Razor Gore died and the Spawn overran, but it didn't manage to get out of the the charge arc of the Dragon Ogres.
Yeah, okay.
And the Dragon Ogres went into the flank of it. So over 2 turns, I managed to kill the Spawn, but that kind of left the Demon Prince hanging out there on his own with a lot of wizards looking at him going,
yeah, if you come close, I'm gonna hit you.
Well, I went to him because Justin was really gentlemanly enough to remind me that the ward save from the Demon Prince doesn't work against magic. Sorry, not the ward save, the regen. The regen doesn't work against magic.
Right.
Because it's like warp gen or something weird like that.
Yeah, okay.
So it's not Renegades, right?
Say again?
It wasn't Renegades at all?
No, so this is just Warriors, Demon Prince.
This is just Warriors.
Not the Demon Prince.
Yeah.
Warriors of Chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, so any 6s to wound it with my multiple Voltides, multiple summonings. Just
he's only got 5 up or something?
He's got 4 up ward saves, but I mean...
is that with that demonic plate? What's that with? Or is
all Demon Princes come with a 4-up ward save baked in.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
So it removed... the Voltide removed the armor and the regen.
Yeah.
So you had a 50-50 of saving those wounds.
But they got 5 wounds or 4 wounds?
Yeah,
5 wounds? They don't have a lot of wounds, do they?
Yeah, Voltide does 5d6 hits, re-rolling wounds. I managed to punk it in one.
Get 7 or 8 through usually on average.
So many dice.
Exactly.
And re-rolling.
Yeah. So that poor Demon Prince didn't last long. The Giant Spawn didn't last long. And then Justin kind of looked at the board and he was like, I don't want to spend 4 turns moving forward while you vile-tide me, so we'll just call it here. So it was another little quick walk down the pitch there, shook hands, and like he's right. There's not much more that would have happened other than him trying to walk around terrain and me moving out of charge arcs and just firing away.
Yeah.
Dragon Ogres were going to come around the back and we're going to get into the flank or the rear, and the writing was on the wall pretty hard.
Yeah. Would that have had a different outcome if there wasn't the impassable terrain in the centre? Do you think that would have altered how the game was played?
I'm
not saying might have been a bit more competitive, is what I mean. Yeah.
I think so, yes. I just don't think the infantry couldn't really handle the terrain. If you had been able to take Demonology with Steed of Shadows to fly over the terrain, much better. But Arcane Urgency is good, but it's only an additional, like it's an extra move. So you still have to abide by being on foot.
And he doesn't have it, like he's got a flying Demon Prince, but that's the only thing that can move fast anyway. So he's just holding up the board. Because you can throw a 16
mobile. I'll just get out of the way. Yeah.
He would have been better off not putting anything on one side of the terrain, just picking one side and sweeping across like a clock. Yeah. And I mean, sure, I probably just would have moved around the other side
as well.
but the giant spawn can random direction in a random charge in any way.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like the goalkeeper. But in any event, that ended up being another sneaky 20-0 to the Beasts. So I was walking pretty high at this point. Game 3 was against one of my regular Warhall opponent, Ryan Kerr from Kingaroy. He was borrowing my ogre models and playing a renegade ogre army, which we've played it out before, and it's a pest of an army. It is so deceivingly good, especially in objective-based gameplay.
Yeah.
He had a Slaughtermaster level 3 with the Cauldron that gives him regen, and a Grutsicle, which is one of the most broken magical items. It is so good. Basically, he can roll his dice to cast a spell, and after he casts it, he can choose to kill a model within 3 inches of him and gain plus D3 to the casting value. And he can do that for every spell.
What? Wow.
So just have a little Noblar unit.
Is it like miscast if you roll a 1 on that dice or anything, or not? It's just an
extra dice. Keeps going. He's just sitting there like slashing at Noblars, getting plus 3 to every spell, or plus D3. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's real good. Obviously, he's got a battery of 3 units of 20 Noblars that he runs around. He had 2 units of 13.
Can I just acknowledge the champion? It's called a groin biter.
Best champion in the game. 2 points for a groin biter. You take it every time. Wow, so good. So he had 3 units of them with champions. He had 2 units of trappers. He had 2 units of 3 saber tusks, I think. A unit of 5 lead belchers, which under the new rules are pretty good. The Renegades makes them multi-wound 2 on their shots, on their big shots, which is a bit scary.
Yeah.
He had 4 Mournfang rocking around with the regen banner, which is excellent. And then a big old Stonehorn. Now, Ryan and I, like I said, we're regular opponents. We talk almost every day about Warhammer, and his army, I think, is great. It is so much fun, and it is annoying as heck to play.
Yeah.
Because if you sit those Noblars in a corner, specifically in domination or strategic objectives, it's a 40-point unit that is going to generate. You have to allocate resources to get rid of it.
47 points.
And while you're allocating resources to that, the lead belchers are shooting you. The Mournfang are running rampant. It's so good in objective play.
Sorry, what was the law that the general was running?
Elementalism.
Okay, sweet.
And the reason for that is all of those Noblars have got thrown weapons. So as soon as you get close, he hits you with Plague of Rust and then dumps 111 billion throwing weapons at you. They're like, they're all neg 3. Or neg 2, sorry. So it's brilliant.
Yeah.
But because we've played this matchup before and we both knew how it was going to go, I think Ryan played very defensively, which allowed me complete control of the board. So he put the missions were strategic objectives 3 and baggage train.
Yeah.
So he put one unit of Noblars on his baggage train right at the back of the board and was like, I'm defending it, come and get it. And then he used the other Noblars and the trappers to claim the other objectives, but he used one unit of trappers to push right up in the center to actually take control of my herdstone at one point, which was clever, real clever. The lead belchers kind of sat in the middle and just bunkered and just shot at stuff. The Mournfang swept around one flank. It's really quite aggressive. But unfortunately, I got a turn 1 casting of Steed of Shadows and just moved straight up into the face of his lead belchers with my dragon ogres and made them a problem for him.
Yeah,
of course.
So I'm like, all right, you got one turn of shooting it, and then we're going to be in combat. Even with Oaken Shield or the ward save, where you're defending an obstacle. That kind of sucked for the dragon ogres. Only getting one attack and no stomps. It nerfs and it neuters them pretty hard.
Yep.
But I still managed to just push up there and annoy him and block him. And while he was dealing with that, I was able to clean up the Noblar units with Viletide, with my Razor Gore. I managed to flee from a charge from his Mournfang out on the far right corner and set up a flank charge with my Primal Warherd unit, thinking if I get in the flank, I'm going to have Banner, Outnumber. I'm going to have 2 ranks because I'm open order. He needs to do a lot of damage here. And then I had the Harpies out on the other side of the Mournfang, so I kind of pinch it in. And he just had to flee from that charge. There was no other option. So he fled, and then I ran him down with the Harpies, and that dealt with the Mournfang. So from there, it was just a cleanup. The Stonehorn came around the left-hand side, it pushed around to try and get to my baggage train. But 2 castings of Viletide or summoning just managed to knock it out pretty quick. No saves. 6s to wound.
Anything right about, just Viletide, I'll be fine.
Just Viletide, whatever the problem is. And that's what this army really did quite well, is because it's got 360 line of sight. If I was able to move up and control the center of the board, I had room that I could flee back to if I needed to, but I also had 360 line of sight to shoot at whatever was the threat. So basically each turn I just picked whatever the most significant threat was and went, I'll deal with that this turn. Yeah. And if I dealt with it, then good. If I didn't, I could still just move away and try again. But it was all about that first pressure in getting the board control so that you have the ranges of the maneuverability.
That's a really key point. Especially on that smaller board too. That would have just helped just a little bit more. But even in general, I mean, 15 inches if you're in the middle of the board is, 20 inches technically, because you can move and shoot Viletide. So pretty much the whole board. It certainly helped, but it also it doesn't give you a lot of space to retreat back to if you get pushed at, if you get rushed. Which happened in the third game. So that game ended up being another 20-0. I managed to get, I think I got 25 or 26 of the strategic objective markers throughout the game, which is just insane. And then in the last game, I came up against everyone's favorite army, Cathay.
Love it.
And the Cathay. And don't get me wrong, the army could have been a lot harder. It could have been a lot tougher as far as Cathay goes. However, we'll run through the list there. So he had his Shengen Lord. There was a level 3 of Illusion, I think he went. Yeah, he did. It was Illusion. That dude was rocking around with a Killing Blow sword that Killing Blows on a 5+, which with Spectral Doppelganger is really quite scary for Dragon Ogres. Really scary for Dragon Ogres.
Of course.
And he had an extra spell. So he had 4 spells flying around with, and he did manage to roll Spectral Doppelganger, Miasmic Mirage, and the Column of Crystal. So that was annoying. He had a Gatekeeper BSB that was rocking around on a horse with the Bound Plague of Rust spell.
Yep.
Not really too much of an issue for me, but I can see it working against others. Then he had a weird tech piece, which was a Gate Master that had some armor that allowed it to fly. And it had
armor of the Warbird.
Yeah, so it can't join units, but it can fly. Basically, it would
magical ring.
Yeah, it just fly 10 inches and then magic missile, and then fly 10 inches and magic missile. It was really annoying for its points.
Yeah.
9 Lancers to babysit the BSB with another ring of jet. You had 14 warriors, Jade warriors. You had the obligatory cannon with the obligatory ogre loader, so 2 cannons effectively.
Yeah.
And then everyone's favorite, the 2 sky lanterns. So you managed to get all of the key elements that you want.
Yeah.
Like,
small list.
It's very pokey. It's very, very pokey. I think the only way that you could really make it much harder is if you were to drop that flying wingnut with the magic missile and take another cannon.
Yeah.
Other than that, like the 2 lanterns are oppressive. They are so strong, even with only the 1 save and the no dragon fire bombs.
No characters on it. Yeah, it's still good.
Yeah.
For 155 points.
Yeah. They just constantly fly around and shoot and fly around and shoot. So this mission was encirclement. So we were cut off from one bit of the board edge. Starkey won the roll, and he picked the side that had a hill so that he could hide his cannons his lanterns behind it while they wander up.
Yeah.
So if he lost first turn, I couldn't just move up and zap him off in turn 1, which was clever. And it was special feature. So in the middle of the board, there was an impassable piece of terrain, which worked out pretty good as well. So he deployed his balloons on the left-hand side behind a hill. His Shigengan and his cannon were kind of like in the middle with the terrain kind of sitting there. And then he put his infantry out on the right-hand side with the flying dude running around with that. And I offset that by I put my 2 little units, the little Gore and the Harpies, out on the left-hand side, thinking I'll just move them up and annoy his balloons with them. And if he deals with them, cool, that'll chew him up for a turn. If he doesn't deal with them, they'll be in the backfield to annoy the cannon. In the middle, I had all of my magic stuff, using the terrain to once again just kind of move around and pick whatever the threat was. The Dragon Ogres sat out on the right-hand side, kind of to draw the Shigengan Lord over that way. Thinking, like, if I was in Starkey's shoes and I had a 5-up killing blow dude that could fly and kill Dragon Ogres like it's no one's business, I'd want him to do that. So I kind of set them up over that way so that he couldn't combine the combat from the Shigengan with the shooting of the balloons on the left-hand side, like a divide and conquer sort of thing. Plus the Dragon Ogres, if they contact the Jade Warriors or the Lancers, didn't have to worry about that though, because first turn Vile-Tide it off like 6 of the Jade Lancers. So they were no longer a threat. The Jade Warriors were annoying all game because they actually moved up and got around stuff. He did fly the Shigengan up into the middle behind the terrain piece with the intention of getting into the Dragon Ogres. But I kept the Dragon Ogres back far enough that he couldn't just charge them in turn 1 or 2. Like he had to position a little bit, which allowed me 2 turns of magic missiles on the Shigengan, which was enough to kill it. Even with its ward save, I was able to kill it in, I think, 2 spells, which got rid of his magic defense, got rid of his main combat offensive piece, and allowed me complete domination of the middle of the board, which is where I was able to just turn on the other knights and onto the Jade Warriors and just zap stuff. The balloons on the left-hand side did annoy the Harpies and those little Gore that were out on the left-hand side. And he just shot them, and then he moved in towards the middle and started shooting at my magic bunkers and my magic users. But they didn't do enough damage. He had 2 really average rolls of shots, which just allowed me to capitalize on the balloons. His cannon did eventually kill all the Dragon Ogres, but I think like I lost the Dragon Ogres, I lost one of the pigs, maybe both of the pigs, and I managed to take out everything in his army except for one balloon, and I think maybe 2 or 3 knights.
Wow.
The funny point in the game was when I managed to wind blast his cannon off the back edge. That was pretty good. It's always fun.
You get the right.
Actually blasting it off. Love it.
Sorry, unrelated. I just need to bring up this from Dave because it's just funny now that we're on Cathay. Said, I reckon one day I'll accidentally order Shigengan chicken at a Chinese restaurant.
I managed to sneak 19 points out of Starkey, so I came away with 79 out of 80 battle points.
80! Wow, that is.
So if those Dragon Ogres hadn't have been sniped off, I would have had the perfect run. But I'm not going to complain at all.
No, no cause for complaint there. My God,
that is
insane.
Great result.
Wild time. Everything.
Don't get me wrong. The army did really well, but it's also got several weaknesses to it that I think if people exploited, it could have gone tits up for me in almost all of the games. There's no combat to it. Aside from the Dragon Ogres, it can't fight.
Dragon Ogres. Yeah.
So either target the Dragon Ogres or ignore them and just try and pin down the wizards.
Yeah,
the wizards all of the damage that I did was from all of the damage I did was from the wizards. But the wizards can't fight their way out of a wet paper bag. Especially
their toughness actually goes against them because you could probably pin them down. They might not die straight away or something, and you're just actually stuck in combat with them.
Absolutely. Like if Starkey had have charged into combat with his balloons rather than trying to shoot, he probably would have won. If the exactly. If Ryan had have used his Noblars instead of defending obstacles, but pushed them up because they got 3 ranks close order outnumber. That'll smack the back off of all of the Ungor. Or lock them into combat, which means I can't do any of my magic missiles, and none of my other units can fight.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate in that I don't think any of my opponents picked up on just rushing it, because that's how it would lose, and it would lose bad.
Yeah.
So
because usually it's just that threat of Volatile, isn't it? People sort of get a little worried about it. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, spells miscast, spells fail. You can always dispel it. All it takes is one poor positioning on my part and a good charge from my opponent, and I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
So for all those players out there, it's a good army and it's strong, but it does definitely have weaknesses that can be exploited.
Yeah. Okay.
But I very much enjoyed it. I won't run it again because, like I said, my challenge for this year is to run a different faction at every event. So that's me dusted with the primal herd.
Yeah, so you're going to do faction. You're not going to go through obviously sub factions as such. You're picking other army territory.
It might be sub factions because depending on how many tournaments I play, and I've only got so many armies, I can only paint so fast. Yeah. If I have to break down the sub factions, I will. But that's my own personal challenge for this year, is to do a different army or faction for every event.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Next up is actually one after your heart, Andrew. I'm bringing out the Chasian Wood Elves. High Elves, sorry.
They are good.
Nice.
Yeah, right. I'm playing them up for a slow grow league here in Ipswich, so I figured I got to hit the table at some point.
Yeah. No, they're good.
Is that going to be a 2K one or what? What do you know?
Yeah, so I'm hosting a tournament out here in Ipswich on the 6th of December. It's a 4-game, 2,000-point tournament running out here with the guys from the Ipswich Tabletop Association, and that'll be where they come out. It'll be fun.
Is this epic?
It is. Epic December is the name of the tournament. Okay.
So
4 games.
Is it one day? It is one day.
Yeah, one day. It's at a licensed venue, so there's there's food there whenever you want to eat. There's drinks there whenever you want to drink.
Nice.
It should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah. No, that'd be good. So just a quick rundown with the slow grow.
Oh, so I started it 3 months ago now. December's the last month. And it was just start with 500 points of unpainted in the first month, and then second month we'll do another 500, third month another 500. So we're just building up to 200.
Yes,
2,000. And we've been playing every week or whatnot at the club, and this is like the pinnacle of it all, where everyone should have their 2,000 point armies locked down. So why not?
Yeah, go.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's easy enough to organise a tournament.
So, like, how often? Like, you just going back slightly to the Beastmen in terms of you just said you played one. Have you not played any of the Beastmen? That list. You only played Beastmen early in the edition, didn't you?
Yep.
So
I played Beastmen.
Totally unrelated.
Last time I played them was February, not this year, last year.
Yeah, right. So totally different.
So like it's within a month of the game's release, then.
Yes,
pretty much.
exactly. That's exactly what it was. Haven't touched them since. I played one practice game on Warhol with them, and then rolled into this tournament. That was it.
Nice. Well, very helps.
This is the way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go into this next tournament with probably no practice games with the Tracians. So
nice.
So there we go. Yeah, they're good fun. They are
either
strong.
way.
Well, they are strong. They do have weaknesses that can be exploited, but they are a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm still trying to wrangle them a little bit, but I've been starting to appreciate the, but I haven't used it effectively as much of the Primal War Herd. Primal Magic, whatever it's called. What's it called? Wild Magic? Primal Magic? Whatever it's called.
Yeah, I didn't even look at that lore, to be honest.
Yeah. Just interestingly, the sixth spell just seems like I wish I could get it twice. I've tried to get it twice in 2 games and then failed both times. Because I got a lore familiar on one. I just like this idea of like, it's just such a fucking massive big bubble of like -2 ballistic skill. It's an impassable, another impassable thing you can put out there. Plus, it can make people panic, and it's a 10 remains in play. So generally, once it lands, it sits there for fucking ages.
Yeah.
And same as
I'm keen to throw it against some dwarves and some fucking Tomb Kings when I go, hey, you're not hitting me on 5s anymore, motherfucker.
Well, grab yourself a couple of power scrolls and push it through.
Yeah, you just launch it into it. Yeah. So I don't know. It's got some interesting ideas, but I don't know if it'll actually work. But
You love your power scrolls, don't you? I love those freaking
Well, when I did it against Andrew, I blew myself up twice with that same thing.
I was lucky enough
I'm still feeling burned from those power scrolls, man.
They're good. They're very good. I did manage. That was the downside of the Primal Warhead as well, is that if you miscast, any other wizards within leadership range of the one who miscast also miscasts.
All go.
So like that, all of their heads explode at once. There was one point where I miscast, and there was 2 points where I had 2 of my wizards miscast, and they just like started popping off. I'm like, oh no, this is how it happens. But they didn't wound themselves, which was great.
Like they do, at least it's not 8. They don't die. They just lose a wound or something. But yeah, it's still annoying. Or annoying if you roll that bloody one that stops you casting. Oh, hang on, did that change the rule? No, they've changed it a little. There's still those results, isn't it? That if you roll it, you can't cast any more spells. But I think they reduced it a bit. Yeah. Yeah,
exactly.
So
it was fun. It was very fun.
Yeah. Is there? I was going to say, is there anything else you're going to like? Would you have changed something else in the list particularly, or you sort of moved on to thinking about the elves?
Do you not spend much anything on the list? I think the list played the way that I anticipated it to, and if anything, it did it better than I anticipated it to. I didn't think it was as strong as it was on the table, but it was way stronger than I thought it would be. And I don't know if that was because I was moving it right or my opponents didn't exploit the weaknesses to it. But it felt way stronger than I anticipated it being. So
if so much magic in a lower point like that as well, where most people are going to have one magic defense unit, that's probably it. And then that goes.
Well, that's it. And like the level 1s, as long as they're within 12 inches of the herdstone and 6 inches of each other, the level 1s are casting at +3, and the level 3 is casting at +4.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
And then I had 3 power scrolls on top of that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I played it really aggressively in the first 2 turns. Were hyper aggressive, like just use your scrolls, use your range, push everything out hard and fast to crap out whatever could rush me, and then worry about the rest with Dragon Ogres.
Yeah.
At least that was the brainchild behind it. Seemed to work.
And so if you get it all off, then the chance of them rushing and getting into combat you properly and getting to those wizards seems relatively remote. If you get it all off fast enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and then if they do survive it, you just move back and then Steed of Shadows over behind them out of trouble.
Yeah, that seems really cool. I haven't used that enough, but maybe I should look at that. But at some point, you run out of laws and stuff to play around with. You just got to
that's
pick
right.
your poison. Yeah.
So no, I probably wouldn't change the list if you wanted to be competitive. I actually felt really bad at how strong the army was. I don't like playing over the top armies. So I won't be touching this one again or anything even close to this power again.
Oh, yeah. You had a lot of Valtide going on with a lot of...
It was only 2 castings. I only had two Valtides and 2 summons.
Yeah, because you took a summoning.
Because
it's good to have a different... Because Valtide's okay, but against the wrong thing, it's sort of... You're always rolling 6s. So at least with your summoning, you've got something that's a bit better to flash out, like blowing away
enough.
Unit of...
Exactly. And like 5d6 strength 1 against Noblars still wounds on 6s. But 2d6 strength 4 wounds on 3s.
Yeah.
So it gave me the versatility to pick.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like
it.
Yeah.
That's how it worked. That's how it went. That's how it won.
How did you just in terms of what's the tips for you haven't played that? I mean, obviously you've got all the experience, so that no one can sort of just get that. But how many iterations of the list did you do mentally, or did you just write that up, or did you was that just chatting to all the people you play with?
I think it was the second iteration. I think the first iteration was the same. I just had the magic items on different dudes, and I had 5 Dragon Ogres instead of 4. And I played that one practice game, changed the items around onto the right ones, and got the harpies in there. I was like, oh, that'll do. We'll give that a crack.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It
seems
works.
Very smooth, man. Yeah. What guys? What kind of what average number of iterations would you do a list before any tournament? I feel like I'd be at least 5, 10.
Well, I don't think I'd do that many, but I also don't get the results Trav gets, but I only do 1 or 2. I mean, that's a whole topic. I was going to bring that up. We might do that one week of what are the areas that you want to what's 3 areas you want to improve that you feel you need to improve in the game, not just playing, but could be hobbying and all that. And to me, that's one of them. For me, is not to spoil it, is probably not the best list writer. I sort of get bored. I'll probably write 1 or 2 versions and go, fuck it, I'll just use that. And I probably don't talk enough to other people about the list. I just sort of go, yeah, that looks good. Look what other people do and just do it. I don't sort of send lists back and forth. I know Andrew loves to send lists, and most of the time my eyes glaze over and go, what the fuck does all that do?
The list writing's half fun though, isn't it? Like imagining what you want to put on the table and trying to get the numbers just right so that it squeaks in. And
so if anything, I'm kind of disappointed that it took you 2 goes. So that's kind of a bit of an anticlimax, really, isn't it?
Sorry, man.
I'm loving the end.
It makes you feel any better. The high elves have been going through a lot of different iterations because they're a tricky balancing act, man. They're a tricky balancing act.
Yeah, they are.
Especially for the tournament that I'm running, I've put a cap on 500 points of characters. So trying to get things in that 500 points is a real challenge.
This is a 2K tournament, though, isn't it? Yep. Yeah, you said that. So 500 points of characters, love it. Yeah, it's 25%.
And 25% maximum flying.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. So it's sort of it's not like Aussie, but it sort of is Aussie.
It's like extra. It's like Aussie plus.
Well, that's pretty much the only restrictions, though.
Because Aussie plus Aussie is like 33% characters, 33% flyers. So this is like even harder.
Is it? Yeah. Okay.
Keeping it at a quarter is just easier math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On board. On board.
So I'm interested to see what sort of lists people pull out for that. But that's the next one. And I've gone through a heap of different lists with the high elves. They're tricky.
Did everyone know with the slow grow that was the comp like 4 months out with the slow grow?
Nah.
Okay. I was just wondering, by the way, you got to pay some more infantry, dude.
I didn't even know it was going to be in the comp until I wrote it. I wrote it up. I'm like, fuck it. That sounds fun. Send it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
So everyone can deal with it. But I think
it'll like an awesome comp.
I think it'll make the games a lot more tactical on the field rather than just having
more Warhammery.
Yeah. Exactly. You can still take a dragon. It's just not going to be a dragon with 11 saves, killing blow on a 5+ and, a wizard.
Yeah.
You get the dragon. You won't get magic. Or you can have magic and a BSB. Or, it's really interesting to try and squeak in 500 points and make it work.
Yeah, you can't get much,
But you get
like the GW 25%. No more than 3%.
Bakery. I don't know who Bakery Pirate is. You might know, Trav, but
yeah, he's one of the boys from up here.
He's literally complaining to my girlfriend that I can't use my slogan up in Trav's store.
Damn it, Trav!
What a jerk, right? What a jerk! I did it specifically for Bakery Pirate, so anything to annoy people.
That's awesome. Oh, cool. It is at half time, so maybe I should wrangle through the patrons quickly if you guys are okay with that and hit some questions, and we can chat hobby and that'll probably flush out some more Beastmen questions maybe or not, but we'll just see how we go. Does that sound good? Have you guys got other you've got hobby? Do you have hobby? Well, we didn't prep you really because we only asked you yesterday if you want to come on. I wasn't sure if you've got anything to share, but we'll I've got some picks and stuff, but Josh you've got stuff, don't you?
No.
As usual? You don't?
No, I don't have anything this week.
Of course he does. He's gone and painted an entire other army, I bet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll quickly run through our awesome patrons once it bloody loads because this Cloudflare thing keeps getting me for some reason these days. Sorry, people. Hang on. Here it goes. These awesome people keep us turning up every Monday and support the show. So they deserve a big shout out and a big clap. And they also get to harass us on the live chats and in our Discord channel and by sending awkward questions to us every week. So, you're welcome to join them over on patreon.com/oldworldfanatics if you want to jump in on that and support the show. So big thank you to Elliot, Mitch, and I'm in the wrong page. So there we go. Sorry, that's from last week. You can tell I haven't been in here. Mark Hurwitz, Cease of Ismus, Amble of Doom, Western Sydney Wargamers, Feud Owner, Nicholas Carew, Vinny, Louis Magaro McCullen, ASB, The Great Bray Shaman. I wonder if that was the one that was in your list, Trav. King Patch, Tom Pickard, Not Matt, Jess Tools, Adam Lamb, The Orange Juicer, Matty, Firebird 7137, Peter Holman, Mark Langley, Matt Hinton, The Old Warrior, Silver Dave, who's back in the chat, Sporadic Sanity, Mark. Chris Bowell, Drunk Hamanate, Ben Shooter Louis, Benoit, Cam the Dentist, James McKellen, Liam Fallon, Tommy Kublin, Jay McBride, Flatworld's Edge, Jelly, Herald of the Old World, Keel Herd, Tommy Dogs, Matthew Klein, Matt Morris, Perfidy, Griff, Jess Tors, Wood Duck, Josh Griffiths, Nananimum, Daniel Broadstock. Load the next page. Elliot Mitchum, Gilthos Draconos, Diesel, Denny Gamer, Robert Z, Fiend Jeremy.
Why is there an E on the end? There's an E on the end. I feel like that needs to be
Fiend Jeremy. Finger me. Finger me.
Took you guys that long.
Oh, sorry. Andrew straight away knows what it is. OG Weller. Bobby Big Donny Slurping Billy's. I can't read that
Executive
now.
Hog.
Executive Hog. We whirling? What is that, Bobby? Oh, it is it's a McGurgan, is it? McGurgan. Bobby Big Donny Schlurkin Billy's Executive Hog McGurgan. Nice. Can you order that from Macca's? Right. Gunwitch, Zen Fox, and Toddaloids. Big thank you. So yeah, the fonts that you pull out, Bobby, I just can't. It's a bit hard on my eyes. Which actually I'll talk about in my my hobby actually. So interesting. Cool. So big thank you to that. And I think Josh, is there some questions for us this week?
there is. I just, by the way, with that C Spicimus, I think he's now spelt it phonetically. I think he's trying to help you because he spelled it Chibisimus, like a CH type thing.
Chibisimus.
Yeah, I think that's what he. I think that's what he was like. Guys, pronounce it like this.
Get it right, guys.
And I can't even pronounce Mark Langley as Mark Langley because I say Mark Latham. So, don't trust me.
Is that what you said? It was Mark.
Yeah, on the thing. I don't even know where that came from.
Not even a prime minister.
How long? Yeah, was he the opposite? Okay, yeah, God.
He was an opposition leader.
Opposition leader, that's it. Yeah. But I mean, has he even been in the news lately? Like, where's he? Like, is he still?
Yeah, no, wasn't he like getting in trouble or something?
Yeah, wasn't there like a huge controversy about some
maybe it's gone into my psyche and then it just came out. I don't know. So there you go. Because I was like, I haven't heard of him for ages, and it just came out. Cam's like, what?
Don't worry, Mark Langley. We're definitely not accusing you of doing the things that this Mark was accused of.
Yeah.
If you want to look into it, you can look into it. I'm not bringing it up. Anyway, questions. So, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions, guys.
Oh.
So some good ones to hit. I'll start with the last week's one. So Sean Zenfox asked, this is sort of a hobby one. What part of the hobby, this is another question before, what part of the hobby are you least invested in or that you could do without?
Oh, that's a bit harder.
Like just what do you most dislike about the hobby, I guess? This is a question.
Let's give the guests can answer the first one.
I really don't like assembly.
Hey,
I like painting, I like basing, I like list writing and playing the game, but assembling the models is really not my jam.
Just get a 3D printer, mate.
Well, that's what I do.
Put them off, rip them off.
That's what I do.
That's what you do. Nice. Okay.
Well, it's got worse, isn't it? I mean, that's the thing. Like this, that's why my Cathay is still not even glued together half.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
what about you guys?
Passage to even play Cathay by the sound of it. Already in the new kits. I'm not looking forward to the feedback about the Marauders because I think all the new stuff is going to be similarly painstaking to put together with all little bits and pieces, I suspect.
Yeah, I'm Camp Trav.
Do it.
Great.
Yeah. That's a really good one.
I actually really like assembly. I find it satisfying.
Okay.
That's ironic, given you are the master of 3D printing in the group. So what the hell?
He only casually does it every now and again.
Sometimes I print stuff off that I still need to put together, and it's just doubly. So I'm processing a print and then also having to assemble and put green stuff and file. It's just like actually getting to paint something. It's like so far away.
Yeah, I mean, I probably alluded to the fact I probably need to do better list writing, but that's a bit different. But least invested in, probably not. Probably at the moment for me isn't like I'm not doing any lore or like narrative stuff around my armies. I'm just like I'm almost like productionizing them out. Like I want that, and I need a Cathay army, then I need a whatever, and it's just I think I paint pretty well, like in terms of it's above tabletop and they look good. But I don't sit back and go, I'm going to make this, everything converted. It's got a story. It's got all that. Like, and I used to years ago, but I just don't now. So, I
don't get the reference, guys. Josh is simply
he's doing the clay around the wheel.
Yeah, it is like modeling it up.
I don't think I know this movie.
What's the name? Is it?
I think I get
visualized.
Damn it, no.
Okay. Thanks, Silver Dave. Whatever that is.
Sorry.
God.
I gotta take that off.
Patrick Swayze.
There you go. Mark's just he's sorry, he's never going to let me live this down, is he? People's names most likely become at least invested in getting them right. It's my non-exacting nature now. Just let AI do it. Yeah.
I think mine would be
Yeah.
probably the thing I'm least invested in is actually reading lore. I know this sounds surprising, probably because I'm a narrative slightly more inclined gamer, but I only got through half of the Bretonian book, and I just never gone back to it. I haven't read any of the lore from the Arcane Journals, and I've never read any of the other Warhammer novels. Like as much as I like the narrative and this kind of thing, I'm actually really bad at actually sitting down and reading and absorbing background.
Yeah, okay.
So that
have you tried any of the Audible stuff like Andrew does? Or
no.
like no.
That's good.
Yeah.
The lazy
this
man.
is what's so good about the hobby. There's so many various aspects to it, you know.
Yeah. That's it.
And it's funny because I've written some lore for my own stuff, but I just can't be bothered to actually.
So is your lore just still stuck in 6 then? That's sort of where it sits. Hasn't progressed past that, or did you read all the?
No, I just mean like character
builder,
backgrounds and stuff, and like just just fluff.
You're not an army book collector as such, though, either. Like if you when 8th came out, what did you buy?
Yeah,
army book wise, like just the ones. Well, you didn't even get. I should never got that. Yeah, sorry, that was probably a sore spot.
Thanks, Gomor. I did get the Wood Elf book because, as you guys well know, I was running the Wood Elves and True Flight arrowing everything, purple sunning stuff. You know how it is.
Can I ask you a question, Josh?
I didn't read any of the lore in it though.
So with your Cult of Slaanesh, there's a few comments in here, and it just made me wonder. With your Cult of Slaanesh lore, is it like semi-erotica that you write, or is it lore? No, it's not.
He actually just lives it.
Hermaphroditic elves.
Oh my god.
Go on each other. No.
Perfect.
No, Drew, it's not. Oh my god. What do you guys think I sit up and late at night writing up? What is this?
I know what I think you do. And it's writing dirty lore about elves.
Okay, that's enough of this. I'm going to go to the next question because
next question.
This topic is really going off the rails. Forsaken Darkness. What do you think the chances of GW rewriting the rules entries for some units in the combined army list release now that they have a full unit roster? What are they talking about there? They're talking about the combined army list release.
Oh, it must be about Cathay.
What's the context of the question? Oh,
it must be about
Is that the match play guide, maybe?
I was trying to think, is that the Marauder stuff? But no, that's actually Cathay. Because, be rerunning the rules entries for some units now they have a full unit roster. Yeah, that must be Cathay.
Because they're going to replace that Grand Army one. And the question is, will they? I don't know. I mean, they might, because I mean, we're expected a errata FAQ January. That's 6 months after the last one. Similar, 6 month-ish. Would they use that as a way to just replace a few things as well, or would they? I don't know. I don't know. My gut feel is they're only going to replace the Grand Army list, but then maybe they will change stuff with FAQ. Also, like errata, I guess, rather than
I think they have to. Like they have to. There are things that are just inherently out of control with Cathay. They have to errata it. They have to fix it. I'd like to see it, but we'll wait and see, I guess.
Yeah,
they've got to sell all the balloons first, and then they'll.
Exactly.
There's always a little grace period. Where
I just hope they don't do their usual. Suddenly, don't see any balloons. That sort of stupidity, double, triple nerfing things. But I agree though. It needs to be. Yeah.
Won't they? I'm sure that's exactly what they'll do. Just nerf them until they're unusable. And everyone who's spent all this money buying balloons and just put them back in the
I don't even know if they need. There's certain just things like just take a couple of rules or something out, and then obviously stop the Wand of Jet or whatever it's being common, and just brain dead things and change that. And suddenly
that's so ridiculous.
Army's probably better.
I can't believe that's.
It's not they have to rework all the profiles. I mean, maybe some of the shooting ones.
Just the points need to be adjusted accordingly. Like all of the points for all of the special rules for the balloons need to be stripped out and be made 30-point upgrades.
Yeah.
So you can have fire and flee, or you can have the evasive, or you can have the fire bombs. You get one of those options. You don't get them all. You get one, and it's a 30-point upgrade.
Yeah.
Cool.
Done.
Suddenly your balloons are tech pieces that you have to use in specific ways that don't have all of the buffs.
Everything, every rule of the book. Yeah. That's the thing. And I think you can do that without totally destroying then the whole, you don't need an entire book to comp it, it's just a few things.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, the one good thing about the balloons is they're consistent. You know what you're getting. I feel like I'd struggle to remember which one has which upgrade if they all, if you had 3 balloons on the table, one of them had this,
that would be
that.
Yeah, true.
One of them had something else.
I'd rather see that than 4 balloons that have got all the rules.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can also just limit them too, so you can't take 4 or 5, and then it becomes a little easier to remember when you've got 2 on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, two's all you need.
Yeah,
I mean, you're right. That'd be an appropriate costing because, at the moment it's just ridiculously undercosted.
Yep.
And going on with that similar theme, Plasman then asked if GW released an updated FAQ and condensed the rulebook in the style and price of the Arcane Journals, would you buy it?
Yes.
Yeah, totally. You're saying a 48-page, just like the old 8th ed thing where it had the little mini book. Just the rules, none of the fluff.
If they release an up-to-date mini book, 100% I'd get on board.
Erratas in it.
I'm a big fan of supporting the game. I don't necessarily buy a lot of Games Workshop models, but I'll buy the books. I'll buy the paints. I like GW paints. If they did release the rule book in a small, 8th ed did, the little up-to-date rule book, 100% I'll buy it.
Yeah.
It's actually really tough for new people coming in. It's ridiculous. It's so wait, I need this book and that book, and how many other books? No, just those few books. But then also you get the rule book, but then you go online and get all the other rules that you need to
override those rules.
The issue being what's the opportunity cost for them in the sense that now they're definitely not selling that big blue book at all ever. So I guess they're thinking that. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's still only edition 1 of the game though too. They're fixing up their issues as they go along. The game was half produced when it was introduced and sold. Version 2 of the game is going to be, I hold out that it'll be significantly more professionally done.
Yeah. That's what, hopefully.
One would hope, yes.
Yeah.
And hopefully not that far off, to be honest. A year, if they
maybe another year or 2. A 3 to 4 year cycle.
Yeah, ironically, don't want it too close either. It'd be nice to have it come out and everything settle, but at the same time, you want that cycle.
I don't even know how that works now, though, Josh. In this realm of Arcane Journals coming out every 2 months, it's the weirdest. We've never had an edition. Well, I shouldn't say that. We should never had a game like this, in terms of
it was just constantly
factions
good
been out
material
months ago, and now it's bang, this out. It's going to be interesting. Will it ever see?
Especially Cathay spread across 3 Arcane Journals. That's nuts.
3 Arcane Journals was really surprising, wasn't it? Wait, back in 8th ed, what was the cadence for releases? I feel like it was 6 months, 9 months between.
Yeah, I think 1 year you might have got 3, and then there might be one with 2.
Yeah, usually you get 3 or 4 army books in a year, and then the game would be redone every 4 years.
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah,
and you might have got a scenario thing in there. Plus, I think we had Triumph Treachery came out in 8th, and some of and then obviously Forge World did some stuff.
I'd absolutely buy the mini rulebook. I think that'd be fantastic for the game.
Yeah.
Would you buy a new blue rulebook if it was all updated and it was the big expensive one still?
That's a good question. Oh, that's a really good question.
I'd be prepared to spend up to $80. $80 on a new rulebook.
If they did a sort of discount,
I'd be a bit torn about buying a whole massive one because suddenly it's so then I've got 2 of these things on the shelf, and it's what am I doing with the old one?
Yeah, I don't think they would ever do that. That gets a bit.
No.
Yeah.
The mini rulebook would be better, but you could combine the mini rulebook and the match play book as well, and do like a proper little book that had all that stuff in it, which would be pretty cool.
But at that point, you might as well just do edition 2 of the game.
Version 2, and that's exactly what they probably do. And they're like, well, dudes, we can't do that if I'm working on that. Anyway, cool. Next one.
Right. Oh, yep. All right. Next one. Horvath. Did you ever take part in a mega battle? Something like 10,000 points or more per side with 3 or 4 more players involved. And what are your general thoughts about that kind of game? Oh, Horvath. It's coming. I'm so cool. I have never participated one, and I'm very close to doing it in the campaign. It's going to happen next week.
How many? What would be the total, Josh, for that one? Was it depending on how many people turn up for that?
Oh, it'll still be about probably not 10,000. 10,000 is nuts. Maybe like between 7.5, maybe 8,000 per side, I guess.
Wow,
that's substantial.
I think so.
That's a heck of a battlefield. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, something like that. It was either 6 or to 8. Yeah, it was quite large. And then a lot of the scenarios that I made for it, it's like not just like binary. It's sort of like, you got 3 versus 3. You've got opponents on each direction, type of thing, which is
that's cool.
And how long that's
adds an extra element of chaotic energy to the whole thing. Anyway, that's going to happen. But I've never done a big battle before. Wait, so has anyone else done one? Have you guys done one?
Not 10,000. I mean, like when I was a kid, we tried to put everything on the table. I don't think it was 10,000. And then I think, was it Andrew? You played. What did we play that 8th?
Well, anything over 3.5 to 4, I reckon would qualify as an answer to this question, really. Per side.
I think 3,000 is about the biggest I've ever played.
I think our game was 4,000, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was probably 2,000. Oh, yeah. 2.5 each? Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think
it was on an 8x4. That was an 8th. Yeah, so I wouldn't have said it was a mega one. It was just like 2 doubles, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Playing. Yeah.
It just takes so long.
What's I was going to ask? So, yeah, I feel like that is the massive issue, is it all sounds so fun in theory.
Yeah.
But then it can really take a long time to play out.
Yeah.
And depending on how the board's set out, my impression is it feels often like you're just mainly playing against a person sort of opposite
across
you, like just because that's the nature of how this game works. So it may or may not add much more to the dynamism.
Like it looks cool. Like the best thing about it is the look of it before it starts descending into absolute chaos. I think if you had a group of mates and you were spending a day, like sometimes I feel like it's better to have a couple of games and beer and chat around, and everyone can get involved a bit more because you sort of play against each other. Anyway,
that's why I'm keen to play the one where the your teammates are all diagonally opposite.
Yeah.
I
think that does fix some of those issues. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Second last question. So Pash came in and asked, question: with mild Cathay beefs, undead proving to be the dominant force of 1.5, is it finally time to remove their ability to re-roll leadership-based tests such as invocation, etc.? And then Gomo, you put in a link to this Global Rankings UK tournament outcome. Forgotten North.
It's just this weekend on the Forgotten North. They had a few players, so 62 players. Look at that, top 3 Vamps, and not only that, you look at the lists.
They're all going to be the same.
Yeah. Pretty close. Graveguard, zombie, X-Wraith. Graveguard, zombies, X-Wraith.
They love X-Wraith. That's sort of
how?
What? My main issue with the undead is that the abilities that make them really good, like the re-rolling resurrections, the resurrections just happening. It's non-interactive. If they were to make the resurrection a signature spell that they had to A, pick, B, cast, and then C, not have dispelled, it makes it a lot more palatable as an opponent instead of just running in and going, cool, I've just done X amount of wounds, and now I'll just sit back and wait for you to bring them all back. It's not interactive.
Yeah.
Well, I can handle resurrections happening. I think it's a good part of the game. It's a good vibe for the Vampires and Tomb Kings. But them being non-interactive, it just feels bad.
But plus,
shouldn't be an
like
ability.
from an undead point of view too, it gives you something else to play with. In a sense, you become less of that. Oh, I'm going to sit here, you're never going to kill me. And
they're two of the most forgiving
what damage can I do?
They're two of the most forgiving armies because you can cock up and get yourself beaten in combat, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And your opponent can't capitalize on those mistakes. It's also, instead of it being an inherent ability, if it becomes a spell, then that's another utility that they have to give up. So you take a level 4, well, one of those spells is your raising. So now you've only got 3 other spells.
That's
And the BSB re-rolling regens, and that's just stupidity. That's an oversight.
Oh yeah, that what do you think though? Like, would you have to adjust some of the other abilities, or you just like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of them that are what's it called, like what's the whip dude who gives you a reroll to hate, like the hatred ones, but he's got on a leadership 7.
Oh, a little
like,
necrotech.
Do you feel like necrotechs and those type of things? Do you feel like they should maybe get a buff or?
No, I don't think so. I think they're fine. The necrotech actually is quite value.
I guess you can take 2 of them if you want to make sure.
If anything, they're very cheap for the amplification that they do in the
50-something points. Yeah.
Mark's putting the thing just to give context to those lists. Apparently, they're all teaming and players using a particular list idea from one guy, Charlie. So it's not unusual for the team to play the same list or similar list. I don't know. I feel like it is unusual for them all having the top 3 together, isn't it? I guess.
On top of that, top 10 is 5 undead. So Vamps 4 times, more once.
Oh my god! Why?
So, and 2 Cathay. So the 7 list. Not making me want to get over there and play Warhammer. No, but it's just it is what it is.
Yeah.
No, I guess to go on that comment, Bash. Yeah. Well, I mean, it does go into this. Like, we're talking about comping Cathay, and if Cathay get, adjusted, so to speak, in January or whenever it is, whatever. What are we doing about Vamps and shit? You know what I mean? Like, at some point, like, because Games Workshop's not going to touch them. So I think it's, the community's going to have to comp this, or take on Renegades properly or something everywhere and make sure it's adjusted, or I don't know what,
Yeah.
Imagine if you pull Cathay down and you haven't touched Vamps, it's just still gonna sit there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Renegade.
I'm talking more about globally in the world. I mean, different. We're probably good at comping stuff. Like Oldhammer just smashes it on other things. So,
yeah,
I think the Renegade factions have to be looked at some stage, either by an international collaboration, like what Ninth Age did, or Games Workshop actually adjusting it and going, all right, cool. You've got Forces of Fantasy, you've got the Ravening Hordes, and here's the rest. Do another big army release in that stance, or maybe they'll just do it in version 2 of the game. But vampires are such a key market piece. They're key in the lore, they're key in the game. Like, they're an iconic fantasy army. To not have them as a playable faction and have your Blood Knight factions, your Strigoi factions, they're losing money by not doing it.
Yeah.
Having Dark Elves and having a Naggaroth army or a Witch Elf army or a slave market sort of.
And Skaven, I mean, one of their best IPs as well. And,
can you imagine the army journal for the Skaven with the 4 different clan factions?
Yeah.
Like they're literally losing.
Cool.
And isn't the Siege of Prague got demons in it? It's not just chaos, isn't it? It's demons. I'm assuming. I can't. Again,
I think it was. Yeah. Like they have they have to address it at some stage because of the iconic nature of those armies specific to Games Workshop lore. And that's without even looking at the financial side of it, which
I don't think I'll put the call. I don't reckon, given the grognardness of the Warhammer Fantasy base players, that we would accept playing the game. For us, I think the game is dead if for some reason it was fully somehow taken out. You know, like if Vamps and all them were gone.
Oh, okay.
I don't reckon the Warhammer Fantasy player base would go, oh, okay, we have to go along with it. I reckon it would always still be there.
Well,
I reckon
let's play devil's advocate and look at it the other way. If, let's say, vampires had have been in the the Ravening Hordes, and say hypothetically they'd left out orcs and goblins.
Yeah.
How much of an uproar would there have been?
Yeah.
So that it's just iconic. They
more so or less. What are you saying? The orcs and goblins are less popular or more popular than vampires?
I think orcs and goblins are one of the most popular armies in the game. Orcs and goblins and warriors of chaos are like they're excellent. Yeah. They're fan favorites. But to cut out those renegade factions.
Well, yeah, I mean, not to pick on anything, but like it'd be much easier and more palatable to ignore Bretonia, for example, and put Vamps in the, because you could always come up with a storyline that it's, the Siege of Prague's coming. I don't know, would Brett's even care? Like Empire's going to get it first, so whereas the way they went around the storyline, it was basically based around the AOS stuff for sure, probably because it just was too. Fuck you doing here? Like the match, anyway, we'll see them, but I'm more talking about next year. If Cathay gets pulled down a bit, Renegade's in it. I mean, Legacy's in a really weird spot because Vamps are right at the top, and
everything else.
Most of the other ones are right in the It's like something has to be done. And I know, and it's funny, like the UK don't, they don't really use Square. They don't usually use Renegades apart from, Rob's tournaments and stuff. You have a look at it. They've got a pretty low uptake, I think, on Renegades as a continent, which is kind of ironic. But Mark can probably confirm that or not for me. But anyway.
Yeah.
What else did Pash ask? Or did we answer that? Or was that?
I think we answered it. It was mainly about the reroll initiative chess.
Yeah.
Which I think is fair.
I think if you just take that out, at least you're not like, I know what you're saying, Trav, like in terms of it needs to be a spell and all that, but that's a big game change. Whereas if you at least take the reroll, at least helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At least, because otherwise, you're talking about a whole next level committee-based review, which would be cool, but take some time to build to that, I fear. And then Bobby Gherkin, who is not the name he goes by in the Discord, but I'm not going to read out his name on air. He asks, question for the boys and or other Patreons. Amazon Prime has given you the green light and budget to make a Gotrek and Felix full-length film with a view to more films in the future. Assuming this is your first film, no pressure. Who are you casting for your two leads, and what story are you telling?
Oh, okay.
I need more time on this. I to do this question.
I tried to pre-warn you. This question came in quite late. It came in 4 minutes before we went on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is that the one you were talking about with the? That's what you're talking about with the movie. Okay, I didn't even see that. Sorry.
Can we tack that on to next week? Unless Trav can maybe answer it. Unless
I got nothing. I've actually never read any of the Gotrek and Felix stuff, so I don't know a lot about them.
I'm missing out.
I mean, I can answer that part. At least I would like to say. I think you'd still have to be closer to the beginning of the story. Like just in terms of. I actually like how they blended some of those short stories together, and you get the very early. I mean, you get it before Gotrek loses his eye, so like you get a little bit of that early stuff and the sewer jack stuff under. Like I like that era a little bit, and then you could always culminate the movie with like one of those real big. I guess if it's called Troll Slayer, you might have to take on some crazy mama troll or something, not just a normal troll. I don't know. That's probably what I'd do in terms of the story, but in terms of who would cast them, oh God, I couldn't even name an actor.
All the words you just said just went completely over my head. I have no idea what any of that meant.
Have you never read any of the books? Well, there you go.
I have no idea what that meant.
Cool. I got none of it either.
I was like,
Geshnabinach, or however you say that. What's the like every year it's like their Christmas thing or whatever it is. I don't know.
Who?
It's the 2 moons. Well, just Warhammer World in general. It has what's it called, Andrew? I can't pronounce it. Geshnabinats or whatever. When the moon's set, or it's only got Morslib in the air, or whatever it is. Someone's going to pipe in here. Mark will know. And that's when all the undeads come out and stuff. And, the crazy cultists go crazy because it gets dark. Yeah.
No one's popping in.
They will. They will know.
Maybe in the
comments.
Maybe in the comments afterwards.
Yeah, I don't know enough about it.
No, next week. I'll give it.
Come on, chat. You know what I'm talking about.
I'll give the question what it's worth. It needs a proper.
Needs a bit of
nice. Yeah. All right, we'll give you a week to mull rather than 4 minutes. I tried to warn you, but it was very short notice.
I might do some shitty Photoshop and maybe see if I can come up with like a title page.
Oh yes, that would definitely make it worth. That would be worth the wait. Then absolutely
use some AI.
Do a little trailer.
Yeah. There's nothing better than like a really shit Photoshop, like
absolutely
so shit and obvious that it's I'll come up with something.
Absolutely, not and made by human hands. There's still some authenticity in the shit Photoshop.
That's it. It's some real shit.
Oh, yeah. All right, that's all the questions I have.
Thanks, Bobby. That was great.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Good question.
And just to annoy you guys, I'm bringing this up. I'm bringing up the wiki, which is the lunar calendar of the Warhammer world.
Press that. Okay.
This is what I was talking about. So
you bring it up.
Manslib, Morslib, and then you've got the phases that it happens, and then they've got these places. 2 festival days, the Hexen Stag and the Gehemish Stag or whatever it's. I don't know how to pronounce it. But that's it's when it gets all freaky when it's in either summer or winter. So,
I feel like I'm in some kind of chemistry class where I haven't done any prep and I've got no idea what's going on. What are these words you're saying? I've never heard this before in my life. I don't know why.
You've got to read some Troll Slayer then.
I think that's how Skaven tied those pictures. They're nice.
Oh, are they? Yeah. Big warpstone moon.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you got some hobby?
I can chat a bit of hobby.
As I said, I genuinely don't have any other hobby.
Oh, I thought you were lying. I don't really have.
When do I ever lie, man? I'm always nothing.
You can't trust them. I've
actually
monoliths.
been completely distracted trying to rebuild my PC and actually get it up to scratch again. So
is that what you're on there, or is this a different one?
Not yet. I was going to do it tonight, but then I was like, look, I'll wait till the podcast is finished before I pull apart everything out of my case. Then can't come online for the next 2 days.
Good call.
So I was exercise restraint.
Did you guys, Trav? You've just been working on your elves, have you? Is that what you've been doing?
Look, I had to paint a fair bit for the tournament on the weekend. So Ryan borrowed my ogres, and I had to paint up 11,000 Noblars for him. One of the other guys, we had 3 units of 20 and then 2 units of 13. I was like, oh shit, okay.
That takes lending an army to another level. That not only do you lend out, you
army. That's just true. Yeah,
true friendship. I love it. That's
so I painted like, and then because I was painting that many Noblars, I was like, well, I might as well do the rest of them that I've got. So I think it was like 120 Noblars in 2 days or something stupid. And then one of the other guys needed to borrow 20 Marauder horsemen. So I was like, all right, well, there's another day gone.
You painted 20 Marauder horsemen in a day?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty
someone
quick.
else?
They're not fantastically done, but yeah.
You are on holidays, the FYI, everyone. I think Trav said
absolutely.
On holidays, so.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm working on the hives for myself. I've actually, so it's something that you guys know Jimbo, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Know of him.
Yeah. So it's something that we've talked about doing for a while is doing a 24-hour painting challenge where you just stay awake 24 hours and just paint. I'm going to see if I can knock out a full 2,000 point army.
Unpleasant.
If you ever do that though, we should try to tag that in where you can like do some live streaming and people can join in. Or not
that sounds disgusting.
Or
No one wants to see or hear me.
Okay.
But probably going to do that in the next.
Bobby Gherkin style. What do you have? A bottle of scotch?
You could still tee it up where most people are trying to do a similar one. It'd be very hard though, I guess. Not everyone has the same 24 hours.
So I'm probably going to do that in the next probably the next 2 weeks. At some stage, I'll set aside
a 24-hour hobby challenge.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my god!
I'll just make the world's biggest pot of coffee and punch through for 24 hours. Be great. Then I get an army at the end of it. What can go wrong?
There is nothing in that I would enjoy about painting or doing any kind of hobby.
It'll be fun. I'm down for it. I like a challenge. So that's on the horizon for myself. What about you guys?
Yeah, I was going to say definitely. There's, you know, Kieran. Yeah, because you would have met Kieran.
Yeah,
you've known him. Oh, yeah, because he would definitely. He'd definitely join in on that because it seems he's the only way. It's the only way he gets his armies out.
He was recruiting his friends as well the night before. Punched out a whole ogre army, wasn't that the other year?
Yeah. He's probably like 24 hours. Well, I don't need that long.
I don't need that long.
Give me. I'll start at 11 p.m. the night before the tournament.
What are you guys working on?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Oh, yeah, no.
Can I just say something about that answer about what part of the hobby you're least interested in or that you could do without? Painting when I'm physically not wanting to do it, like I feel I'm under pressure or sleep deprived, something like that. I hate it.
Or if there's like,
I'd rather just turn up in unpainted models,
unpainted army.
My most hated thing.
I can't go to a tournament. Well, I mean, I probably have, but I can't go to a tournament without it painted. That's the bit. But then, yes, I do leave it. I probably never get it done unless I do have a tournament. Like it just doesn't all get finished unless there is that deadline. So it's like always ended up.
Yeah, you need the deadline. You need something to work towards. But I feel like I enjoy the painting side. But if I'm not doing it, like if I feel like I'm being roped myself into doing it and I'm mentally exhausted from other stuff or whatever,
it takes the hobby out of it. It becomes a chore.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thanks for paraphrasing.
I get it.
It's like you're some kind of online sort of guy who's always talking about stuff. Who knows how to say things.
No, not at all.
Guru.
Sorry. Anyway, that was a segue. Keep doing your hobby.
Yeah. I just finally got my little Primal War Herd and a few more Ungors done for the game that I played with Cam the other day. So that was my I still need to finish the banner because this, Josh, that you would hate this is what I was doing. So I was doing this guy. Can I zoom him in? No, I can't. I was like putting the transfers on this literally before I got in the car to take it to Cam's, like so, and I was swearing because the thing was falling off. And I was like, fuck that. And then I got it enough. So by the time I got over there, it was sort of dry. It worked. But I was like, I need to get back and finish these a bit more. But yeah, it's just been, I've been crazy busy and other stuff. So it's like, but it was good to get them done because, like, I think when I played with Andrew the other day, the unit wasn't done. And it turned out, I mean, if you've seen the battle report, because Cam spent all this time on this terrain and painted it up, and he's spent all this time painting his.
It does look
elves.
beautiful.
And
I
just, it looks like it was such a good, like, looking Warhammer game. Do you know what I mean? Through through the game, and then I proceeded to leave my herdstone there because the it looked so scenic. I didn't even both of us went, "Have I got everything?" Yeah. And then he messaged me when I got home, saying, "Oh, you left your rock here." I was like,
Oh,
I thought
no.
it was terrain. Yeah. So, but no, it was a really good.
What is that?
Look. Oh, that's my Shaggoth.
That is insane. That looks so good.
Yeah, he's a big, heavy boy.
Oh,
yeah. But full resin. Didn't bother hollowing him, but yeah.
Yeah, good.
Just eating some silver helms there.
Yeah. Well, they got away, the little pricks. But anyway, I rolled a 6 and a 1 to chase, and he rolled like a 17 or something.
Wasn't too many left, but.
No, but I was like, oh, damn it. Anyway. So that was cool. But talking about the strain of painting, and I think I've been mentioning it to you guys a little bit, well, maybe not, but I don't know, my eyes, I'm getting older. I'm 46, so I'm like, I need better lights, and so I spent a little bit of money because Mountain Miniatures talks about this boy all the time, and you get 10% off if you use Mountain 10. So it's not our code, it's his, but I bought it from the US and it came.
Why don't we have a code? I feel like we should have a code.
Yeah. Well, now I've done that, I'll message him and we'll get a code. But it's cool, and it articulates, comes out, and it splits into two. Like you got full control over these, so it's not, it's the light's not in your way. Do you know what I mean? Like it's
that looks awesome.
Yeah. So I haven't actually used it to paint yet because I've been busy, but at least it's set up ready to go, and I can just tell. I sat in front of it to do something the other day, and I was like, it's heaps better because these bits on the edge can sort of come from behind your shoulder a bit if you need it, and you can move them around. So
what was the brand?
It's called Lucent, but it's only, as far as I can tell, it's US. It's half the cost just to get it here in terms of postage. But they do a deal on $2.
Yeah.
200?
80 US.
Yeah.
Yeah, under 200 you get it.
This is the Game Envy Lucent art thing?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The only negative I would say about it, which I've found is, and I haven't even used it, is these touch lights. It's like whenever you fiddle with it, you're touching everything. Just put toggles on them, on and off or something, because it's annoying. I want to be able to move my shit around and not be bumping lights on and off. And because the M makes it go between, the different, I don't know what you call it, but like the color, warm to cool. So temperatures, that's it. Yeah. And so if you touch that middle bit, you're bumping a thing. I don't know. It's probably on the manual. Not sure.
There's a brightness button there. Can you take it right?
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, it's 5 levels, and then you got 4 or 5 different temperatures, and you can turn the left and the rights around. So each left has 2, and there's a middle one, and there's 2 on the right, and you can turn the back ones on or the top ones on, that type of thing. So you can sort of move them around, if you know what I mean. And then, it packs up. You can just bend it all up and it just sits like this in the corner of your table. So it doesn't have to be out all the time, which is pretty cool.
That's real cool. I like it.
Yeah, hopefully it'll help my old man eyes. That's all. So we'll see. I'll report back if I, in my next painting, when I finish my Slayers or my Cathay balloon or whatever I'm doing next. Which I'm still in the middle of.
These comments are making me laugh.
Is this the code monolith 24/7 for 6.9% of Josh's life?
When's this going to end?
He's so many comments going on. He did also, seriously, Bobby's asked, what is seal was the Shaggoth? Well, I think you've talked about that before, but just to refresh, where'd you get the Shaggoth model from, Gomo?
Can't remember. I have to look. It's
professional outfit we have going on here.
I can add it in the show notes. I cannot remember. It's not the Starium. It's a different one. I can't remember.
Not the Blood Angel?
No.
We'll put it in the Patreon chat. You have to be a Patreon to find out.
So I would have mentioned it a few episodes ago for sure. Because he's been around a little bit. It just took me a bit to actually finish him. So
good, but
awesome. Looks awesome. Looks great.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Andrew, have you got stuff?
Oh, I do, but nothing good. Oh, hang on. I've been 3D printing on my shitty 3D printer that only prints on one side. It's like half of it is good, and the other half is got something going on. But yeah, I've been doing the tops of your trees. As I said, I just need you to send me the pictures of the trees.
Yeah, sorry, you've sent me that. Yes, I need to send him pictures of the trees so he knows what tops to put on them. And I've seen your message and I read it. You know when it goes unread and then you forget you've read it and then you've just
he's like Andrew.
So I need to actually do that. Sorry. So,
that guy.
Fuck, I'm bad. But anyway, sorry.
Yep.
We should go back to last year, Andrew, when you and me had all the time in the world and we didn't seem to be doing anything but playing and doing Warhammer shit.
Yeah, no.
You're building a house. You've got a second story on your house or something like that. Yeah.
I am so dead. I'm just.
I do have one more thing to ask, if you guys are okay for me sharing a little sneak peek and a little bit of a brainstorm from you guys.
Love to hear it.
With a little bit of a sneak peek of something come to Old World Rankings in the not too distant future to support the whole hobby scene.
Ooh.
Which will be called Army Galleries or maybe Army Showcases or something.
Cool.
Everyone will have the ability, as long as you're logged in, to upload not only your own army list, but also pictures, but you can then tag it against the tournament as well. If you don't have to, but you can. So therefore you get a mix of like, oh, that's your army when you took it to Starkey's on, whatever birthday bash, and then you can do a different version. And then everyone can rate, share, and I'll add commenting down the track. But I was using Danny Paints' one here just for a bit of a. That's not mine. That's Danny's, just to test it out. But yeah, it's coming pretty soon.
That's cool.
There's my WAR. There's my nomadic WAR.
Hey.
But did you see a Castle Assault 2015 album going on there?
Oh yeah, but I just threw a few pictures up. Yeah, I was just playing around with. I just got to create a few of these fake galleries so I can test some things. But yeah,
so is this accessible or is this still in development?
No, this is just locally, but it's coming. So what I wanted to talk about is what do you guys want to see in that? Is that cool? Like, because basically the whole idea is anyone in the world can obviously start. What I want to do is promote more hobby on there and not just, ruthlessly, 79, 80ing people, on a tournament. Like someone did. But yeah, yeah.
You're bad enough as this, man.
But yeah, so I don't know. Like, do you reckon just the pictures or like, is that what would you come here to like? Because what I'm doing on the mobile version, hopefully, is it'll be Instagrammy where you can like just swipe down. That's what I'm trying to get it to do because it's not a mobile.
I think if there's enough tagging going on.
Well, yeah,
what you might find is people are
Warhost,
Yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, you might find people will start off by looking at the results, but then they'll see the army tagged in the result, and they go through that army, and they might start looking at armies and stuff.
Exactly.
I think that'll be really cool.
So I don't think I've got it here because I've blown it away.
You could almost do like photo-based battle reports in that sort of style.
Yeah, you could allow people to do that. I could probably come up with something like that. Yeah, basically what you'll see is there's a little purple photo icon next to any of the results that have a gallery put up for that army. That's what happens. I just don't have it on this version. But and obviously the ability just to, and when you go to your profile, you then anyone's profile will also show their galleries, and stuff like that. So
that's cool. I actually really like that.
Yeah, and I'll add commenting. I think people will want to ask questions, I would imagine, when they see something really cool. Go, how the fuck did you do that? So I think I will get into that at some point, but that'll be coming. But I just want to get the images up there because I think we're just missing it. You know what I mean? Like some of these awesome armies, I bet, look awesome, and all we see is they went 4-1. We don't sort of know. Yeah.
Could you add a rating system type thing in there? Like people just like do a +1 kind of thing on.
Well, they do. Yeah. Yep. So every picture I can't rate my own.
There is a little
for example,
like a thumbs up.
I can rate them, and then it aggregates it up. Yeah, and it gives them a 5-star, and you'll be able to sort by that. Yeah.
cool mini or not style, you can get like a leaderboard of top armies.
Yeah, and there'll be views. There's views as well, so you've got like you'll be able to see the most viewed ones and stuff like that. Yeah, and also just in case people load up porn, you can then report on the photo.
Yes, I think that's excellent.
You got to have all the functionality. Absolutely,
That's it.
Absolutely.
If Josh puts too many monoliths up, it'll flag.
Hey, stop it.
Suggestive pottery.
Yeah.
I look up this.
Oh, fuck, I'm going to put that. I'm going to put that, and that'll just be one of our jokes as a select that apply. Suggestive pottery as a report photo.
Inappropriate monolith.
Inappropriate
phallic monolith.
People will just be like, what? Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I just wanted to show that, but obviously, people, if you're 2 hours in and you see this and you got some ideas or it's popping around, like send me a message because it's, I want to get.
I don't know why you waited to the bottom of the 2 hours to bring this up and
that's
feedback. Cool. I feel like it should have been a little bit earlier, but we'll timestamp it so people can find it. I think absolutely.
Oh, it'll be out. They'll see it soon enough. Obviously, I'll have to do something on the homepage too to have a bit, that you can see galleries and stuff. So,
yeah.
I'm excited to get it out because it's been blocking me for a while, and I should get around to do it. So,
is there an appropriate level of phallicity for a monolith? I would argue there is. It's a fine line, Perfidy. I feel like it's pretty very nice.
Thank you, Black Sigil. He said he just signed up. Yes, great. Thank you.
Nice.
Yep. That's where all the cool kids hang out. I don't know if that's true, but yeah.
4 news. It's probably late as well. But I was going to say for obviously ASB is out for Team Masters Presidente or
however it works.
Head honcho, the big cheese.
Yes, but now we have Michael, who is obviously one of the big players within the Western Sydney team. Obviously, him and John are the two offsiders from who run Old Hammer. But yeah, he's put his hat in the ring and got selected, which is fantastic because I can definitely see Michael will be doing some pretty good things in that space. And I'm sure John might be helping him out, just at a guess, with certain events. My understanding is possibly is it in New South Wales this year, Masters?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I believe so. Yeah, it's at Blacktown, I think. Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. So that's fantastic because obviously, ASB, young family. I know, these things you can't always continue doing them. But he's done a really good job. And obviously with Stark and yourself, Gomo, putting in quite a bit of effort, getting it up and running. It's good to see Michael now will continue on for X amount of time.
Yeah, and we'll get some stuff out, more coverage. I'll probably have to talk to Michael about that as well, just in terms of helping that. Because and I know from our chats on our internal messages that it sounds like we've got enough applicants for a team next year as well, so that's even better because I think just this year was a bit short for everyone. So I think it's looking like Aussies might have actual people at the World Team Championships and stuff next year. So hopefully that will So at least looking that way. So that'd be cool. And get the Ashes happening again. Those poms need to be pulled down, don't they, Mark? I don't know, but
they're doing well apparently.
We'll find out this Friday.
Yeah,
it's happening.
Cool. Well, that's probably our episode. We totally didn't. We just got news. I mean, the pre-orders are out this week, so Andrew's going to get hold of some sweet Marauders, and I'm going to paint them for him by the sound of it. I don't know. You assemble, I paint.
Yep, send him this way.
But hey, you want to do that? 100%. I'll assemble
They look
away.
so cool. I want to paint them, but I'm like, I don't need to start another army.
Yeah, there you go. You just paint mine and then borrow it whenever you want.
Anyway, cool. Any of you want to any last shout outs or anything, or should we wrap up today's show?
Let's wrap it up.
Thanks for having us, guys. Really appreciate it.
Oh,
It was good
Trav,
to chat.
thanks
for
for
short notice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah,
Anytime.
especially. That's what we do here, you know, 1 day's notice. So
Yeah. Cool.
Anyway, if you,
I messaged you last night, and then I realized I was messaging the completely wrong Travis.
Oh, really?
it wasn't last night. Was it this morning?
No,
It was this morning.
This morning.
Because I messaged like the wrong one, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe I should actually try to work out if we got the right one. I was like, oh no, I completely.
That's all good. Happy to be here, guys. Thanks for having us.
Nah, all good, mate. And obviously, just to shout out our patrons, a lot of them on the chat here, and if you want to check them out, patreon.com/oldworldfanatics. You saw the site. If you're not on Old World Rankings, do that, and just hit us up, questions, all that sort of stuff, comments. Tell us what you want us to chat about, and getting close to the end of the year, so hopefully we'll do some Christmas episodes and catch ups with the other Aussie podcasts. But until then, I guess keep painting figures, rolling dice, and reading lore, Josh. And we'll see you on the next episode.
Oh yeah, I'll be busy doing that.
See you next week, guys.